front end?
Front end and back end.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket, hand out taxpayer money to one company. Particularly in a volatile market. The solar industry is very volatile. Even Hemlock says, well, the reason that we couldn't move forward is because of the global market forces and China's tariffs and all this stuff. That's understandable. That's part of how the free market works. But investors in that company are the ones that should be bearing the risk, not involuntary taxpayers. Not taxpayers whose money has been taken from them and given to a company and put at such risk. That is not the role of government. It's unfair to taxpayers, and they should demand that we stop doing that as a state. We want to create jobs in our state too. And everybody says, well, every other state's doing it. We get into bidding wars, and if we don't give out the money, then every other state's going to take those jobs away. Well, let's quit doing what every other state does. Let's cut our corporate tax rate across the board to benefit the startup, the mom and pop shop, the medium-sized business, and the large corporation alike. Let's cut our regulatory environment that drives those jobs out. Let's keep our no income tax status. Let's enact more tort reforms. Let's make Tennessee such a thriving place to do business that despite the handouts companies would receive in other states, they want to come here.
Obviously, that report sort of is critical of the Haslam or the Bredesen administration for it on the front end. Do you feel like the Haslam administration was deficient in this area too with Hemlock?
Well, I mean, they followed through on a lot of those promises with Hemlock and Electrolux and several of the others. I will say the Haslam administration has moved in a different direction with corporate welfare. You don't see these massive deals for hundreds of millions of dollars. You see more smaller grants through fast track and that type of thing, which do now involve some clawback provisions. And that's good from a taxpayer protection standpoint, but it still doesn't address the fairness issue. You're still picking winners and losers in business, and all they've really done is put lipstick on the pig. I mean, corporate welfare is corporate welfare no matter how you apply it, and at the end of the day, we're going to call them out just as much as we called out the Bredesen administration, and we do that in the Pork Report because it's still corporate welfare, and it still involves government picking winners and losers.